I went to see a horror film on my own the other night, and that was a big mistake. As a warning from me to you, let me tell you what happened. So, I work in this massive shopping mall in the city, one of those places that never really shuts up until 9 o'clock sharp. Then it's dead quiet. Shops close, shutters down, music stops, just echoey corridors and security guards doing their rounds. That night, I was heading out after work, walking past the cinema on the top floor. The shops were closing, but the cinema was still open, and they had a film starting right at 9. Some horror I'd never even heard of. I didn't even check what it was called, to be honest. I just thought, why not? I like horror, and sometimes that's the only way I can switch off after work. So I grabbed a ticket, picked up a drink, and went straight in. As soon as I walked into the screening room, I felt this chill. Thought they'd cranked the aircon up too high. I pulled my hoodie on and didn't think much of it. There were already a handful of people scattered around when I got in. A couple of pairs, a couple sat together, and a few on their own, like me. Not exactly busy, but not empty either, which surprised me for a late horror on a weeknight. I went right up to the back row, dead center. That's where I always sit. No one behind me, full view of the screen. Felt like the safest spot. After a short wait, the lights went down and the trailers started rolling. The movie itself was nothing special, just another run-of-the-mill horror. A couple of cheap jump scares, the usual cliches. I remember thinking it was fine, but nothing I'd be telling anyone about the next day. When the credits started rolling, I got up and headed for the exit. But just as I reached the bottom of the stairs, I don't know why, I glanced back at the room. Everyone was still sitting there, not moving, not packing up their stuff, just staring straight ahead. And their eyes were rolled back, pure white, every single one of them. I just stood there for a second, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. Then they all turned their heads towards me, at the exact same time. I bolted. It suddenly felt like I shouldn't have been there, like I was never meant to be in that room with them. I ran out of the cinema, back into the mall, and headed straight for the car park where my car was. I kept glancing over my shoulder towards the cinema, half expecting to see those people coming after me. I was paranoid at this point. Once I drove out of the mall, I started to calm down a bit, tried to think of some rational way to explain what I'd just seen. Maybe it was the lighting, or maybe I was just tired after work, and the horror film had got me on edge. But that image of them, sitting there with those eyes, wouldn't leave me. When I finally got home, I didn't bother with food or a shower. I just went straight to bed, hoping I'd sleep it off. The next morning, I woke up feeling feverish, head pounding, body aching. I called in sick and stayed home. There was one meeting I couldn't skip though, so I logged on from my laptop. Just a video call with my boss and a few colleagues. Halfway through, my screen froze, and then cut out completely. Took me a couple of minutes to get back in. When I finally rejoined, the call had gone quiet. Everyone looked a bit unsettled. Then one of them gave this nervous laugh and said, "Mate, that was creepy as hell." I just frowned and asked what he meant. They started talking over each other, telling me what happened while my screen was frozen. Apparently, my video had started glitching, cutting in and out. Then my eyes rolled back, pure white, just like I wasn't there anymore. One of them said I froze completely, twitching a bit, before the call finally cut. I laughed it off, pretended it was just the camera messing up or a bad connection. Said, "Yeah, that's creepy. Sorry about that." But inside, my stomach just dropped, because I knew exactly what they were describing. After the meeting, one of my colleagues sent me a screenshot. It was me, frozen mid-call, eyes rolled back, completely white. The exact same look I'd seen on those people in the cinema. My hands were shaking. I didn't know what to do. Was there even anything to do at this point? That evening, I got a phone call. It was mall security. They asked why I'd been in the cinema that night after closing. I was confused. I told them I'd gone in for the 9 o'clock horror, but they said there was no 9 o'clock show. The cinema was shut. Then they told me they had security footage of me, walking into the screening room, sitting down in the middle row, and just sitting there, for 2 hours, in a pitch-black, empty room. I couldn't even answer. My skin went cold just hearing it. If the cinema was shut, what did I actually see? Who were those people sitting around me? And that glitch on the call, what was that? I felt completely normal, and I remember those 2 minutes clearly. So why did I look like that on screen? It's been a week since that night, and I'm getting worse. Fever, blackouts, headaches that won't stop. I don't know what I look like when I go blank. I don't want to know. So if you're ever tempted to slip into a late-night horror you've never even heard of, take this as a warning. Don't.